How important will that final frame of session one prove to be as Ding prepares to get us back underway? 9, of course, is the target for a place in the International Championship final. Ding trailing 5-3. Fergal O'Brien alongside me. It was a bit peculiar, frankly, wasn't it, the way this semi-final started, but the rest of the session was conventional enough, and Zhu Ze played some great stuff.
Thank you, Philip. Yeah, very strange start. Ding certainly wouldn't have a reputation for playing for snookers, particularly in the first frame, and particularly needing 7 of them. As you said, maybe he was trying to stamp his authority, the national standard bearer of the game. He's trying to intimidate his young opponent, saying this is his arena, his patch. But it certainly didn't work. Lovely back-to-back tons, but beautifully poised.
Yeah, Ding essentially wasn't involved in the match in the first 3 frames, aside from those fruitless efforts to get the snookers. It was all about Zhu Ze and the quality of his break building, which was quite outstanding, but Ding was able to get some traction, and that 8th frame, even though he miscued at one stage, missed a black off its spot, ended up winning it pretty comfortably. And a fast start this evening, obviously essential for him, and he has the first red.
You can see his frustration straight away. Perfect on the black. Very uncharacteristic mistake. Again, with winning the last frame, the session, really keen to capitalise on that and win this first frame as well. All of a sudden there's just 1 in it. Probably might still make Ding slight favourite given his experience, even though he's 5-3 down. That wouldn't have been the case if he was 6-2 down. These first couple of frames could be crucial.
Certainly a big let-off for Zhu early in this 9th frame. After Ding knocked in the red, you would have expected him to make something substantial there. What a week this gentleman has had. Knocked out Judd Trump, having made the maximum break the round before against Ryan Day. He beat Stan Moody in a decider in round 2. And against Gary Wilson, he was 5-3 behind. Wilson having made 2 centuries to go 2 up with 3 to play. And then won the last 3 without Wilson scoring a point.
Of course, even the fact that he here this week is remarkable. 5-1 down in his qualifying. And maybe that factor alone has just brought a level of confidence, or also taken all pressure and expectancy off. Everything feels like a bonus. And that can soon change. He puts himself on the brink of getting to the final and winning the tournament. But so far, he's played very calm, very measured, and very well.
Ahmed Ali El Sayed was his opponent when he was 4 down with 5 to play as he goes in off.
A penny for his thoughts.
Yeah. So often we see these moments, though, don't we, in tournaments where a player who goes on to do something big has a moment where it looks as though the tournament's ending prematurely. Happened to Judd Trump when he won the world title in 2019. First round, could have lost in a decider to Tepchire Nu. Initially turned pro in 2017. He'd won the World Under-21 title the year before. He beat Alex Ursenbacher, who we're well familiar with on the tour, of course. 6-5 from 5-3 down. He did get relegated, but got back on straight away via Q School. And then managed to retain his tour place, beating the great Stephen Hendry in World Championship qualifying. So he's had some tough moments in his professional career, come out the other side, and now he's reaping the rewards of the hard work. And he's just about wiggled that in. It looked like it might just be wide, but it's gone in. And of course, if he could win this first frame of the session, that would be just the tonic. Give himself a bit of breathing space. That previous semi-final was the Indian Open. Relatively low-key ranking event, no longer, of course, on the tour. This is a different proposition altogether, really. But he's missed that one, so it's a bit of a nervy start on the resumption. Understandably, Ding gets another chance.
One.
Thought Ding might have left himself a better angle on the blue. Could have went into the side of the pack. Also brought the pack and the black more into play. Maybe he was intending to do that. Having to regroup. Think of a different plan. Yes, they would have expected him coming off two cushions to at least make contact with the pack, but the mistake was on the red, point blank range. He should have been able to put the white ball exactly where he wanted, and he didn't. He's had two good chances, Ding. He's made 8 and he's made 6, which is just going to add to the pressure and importance of this first frame.
And he's pushed the red right over the hole, very nearly fluked it. Yes, it's clearly a huge occasion for Xu Se, looking to make his first ranking final, but it's a big deal for that guy as well. He hasn't won one for 5 years now, not since his third UK championship. This is a huge opportunity for him to do so. And whoever does win on Sunday will also be in next week's Champion of Champions in Bolton to play Judd Trump. Another big money invitational. It was a breeze early in the tournament for Ding. He only dropped one frame in his first 3 matches. The really standout performance, of course, was against Kyren Wilson, who he led 4-1. Wilson has been playing outstandingly well as world champion, as we know. Hauled him back to 4 each, asked the question, and Ding responded with 2 centuries to win the match. So that was further proof that his game is still very much intact, despite the fact that ranking event victories have been thin on the ground. So another opportunity for Ding to close the gap to 1 frame, I should say, having been 5-2 behind.
Lovely shot there from Ding, stretching but still played it well. Left hand running side to swing around the angles, get out past the baulk line. Noticeable there with Ding, of course, he has a plaster underneath his chin, and also has a little plaster on the thumb of his left bridge hand, so maybe it's a little bit stickier, a little bit more humid, so literally the cue could be getting stuck a piece on his hand. Very unusual to see that.
As we saw Ronnie O'Sullivan sporting a couple of plasters earlier in the week.
Yeah, if it is a little bit damp and sticky, just the mere act of the cue going back and forth can sometimes cut or blister the hand nearly. Very well controlled shot.
10.
Checking the white off the cushion, in and out, past the yellow and brown twice.
Eleven.
Ding is looking to win this title for a second time. He beat Marco Fu in a decider 11 years ago when the tournament was staged in Chengdu. Was on the wrong end of the final against Mark Selby 3 years later when he lost 10-1. Of course, last season he made a couple of big finals, including that terrific UK Championship final where he pushed Ronnie O'Sullivan hard before O'Sullivan produced his best snooker of the event to pull away from 7 each to win it for a record 8th time. He'd only actually won 3 ranking matches this season before this tournament, which is why he was down at 75 on the 1-year list. He missed the Home Nations events in Brentwood and Belfast, but now up to 35 with the points he's accrued already.
$24.
Nice shot there from Ding. Made possible by the fact he lived himself absolutely perfect to play that shot from the red.
$25. $30.
So after a couple of false starts for Ding, a clear chance now to reduce the gap. Quite hesitant on this shot.
$31.
in and around the pink. Ding really excels. Great cue ball
37.
control. White ball moving the shortest possible distance.
38.
White doesn't be close to a cushion. He actually rarely uses a cushion, such as positional play. This looks like being the exact start he wanted. Not just winning the frame, but ideally in not
45.
one visit, be actually his third. What a clean kill.
46.
And you could have made a case for Ding still being the favourite starting this evening, even though he was 5-3 adrift, given his wealth of experience in comparison to his opponent at the sharp end of a big event like this. The crowd acknowledging that that's the ball that carries him to within a frame.
53. 54.
It was very noticeable how calm and composed that man was at the start of this semi-final. But one or two nerves on display this evening at the beginning of the decisive session, and this is the one where it really counts, of course. This is where the pressure really comes on.
61.
Questions are asked of your temperament, your technique under pressure.
62.
And Ding has proved many times in the past that he can stand up to all of that.
$69. Junhui, 69.
A break of 69, no playing on from Xu Se. This frame well and truly over in Ding's favour as he wins his second on the bounce to close to within one at 5-4 behind.
10.
We'll play the winner
To break.
on Sunday over the best of 19 frames. £175,000, remember, to the winner, and the same number of ranking points, plus a spot in the Champion of Champions in Bolton next week. And Xu immediately hangs his head at that break-off, but it's worked out better than it might have done. He does look a little edgy this evening, which is understandable, of course. It's a huge occasion for him, the biggest match of his life, without a doubt.
Very fortunate there. Caught that in red way too thick. Managed to get a nice glance off the red. Has left Ding tempter, you would say, to the left corner.
Ding's already missed one from distance into the opposite corner this evening. Ultimately, it didn't matter. But that one was a resounding success. Tremendous cueing from Ding.
1. Six.
Hoping to land his 15th ranking title come tomorrow. And as mentioned, his first
7.
in 5 years. That's a long time to go without one for a player of Ding's calibre. And of course, this is about the time of year when he starts to produce his best traditionally, the UK Championship. He's been in the last two finals at the York Barbican.
12. $13.
That loose red at the bottom of the pack is ideal. Just roll through. He's stunned. The fact he's stunned, he's less of an angle. I think has he enough of an angle just to power into the pack nudge a couple out. Maybe thinner on the red with better angle would have brought more reds, and you can see there
21.
missed opportunity, you would think, for Ding. Still have the table, still can produce something, but this is certainly harder. Imperative now he gets the nice angle on the blue.
28. $29.
Yeah, just double checking there. That's exactly where he wants to hit pink hard, full in the face.
Terrific shot, couldn't have played it any better. The reds spread asunder,
34.
bang on the nose of the pink.
$35.
Junhui may have thought he got away with that poor break-off when he was able to get the cue ball back in the balk area, but what a red it was from Ding to get in. And now, what looks like a great chance to tie this semi-final up.
$41. $42.
Recognise this red. Biggest obstacle to winning the frame one visit. If you can just get out nicely on the black. It's in perfect position then.
48.
This is where traditionally, of course, he's always been one of the masters of the game. In around the black, red's open, wonderful break builder, great control of the cue ball. Even though he was largely outplayed in the first session, he was able to make a century of his own, which is his 5th of the tournament.
$56.
This evening's looking rather different. Well, that's gone wrong. That cannon has scuppered position, and the shake of the head
63.
will tell you that Ding is not amused, having got on the cusp of clinching this frame for 5-all.
Yeah, you can see Ding disgusted really to be in that position to break down.
Ding Junhui, 63.
It was a terrific break to that point. Great long red, lovely split of the reds into the pink, off the blue, but ending in disappointing circumstances for Ding. Still 75 on the table.
Ding just coming to have a look. See, can he make that into a plant? It's obviously a bit of a gap. Yeah, it's definitely of interest to him. You can play with a little bit of pace that even if the red doesn't go in, probably will come away from the jaws of the pocket.
Red and the blue or better would be enough to clinch the frame. But there's nothing safe. It's a pretty inviting table.
Caught that a lot thinner than he wanted or needed. As a result, that red did stay close enough. He's just come down to see exactly how far it is off the cushion. It's still a thin clip. Doesn't have to worry about the white. Just totally focused on just potting this red.
Well, what a frame this would be to steal. And it's definitely an opportunity for Zhu Se. A chance I'm sure he didn't expect to get. Now this will be a test of how he's feeling. He's looked a little bit edgy in the opening frame of the night. But this is a big opportunity to steal a big frame.
Three. Four.
He did the first part of his job well today.
11, touching ball.
Putting himself in position to win, maybe even favourite to win. But there's greater pressure, great expectancy tonight.
12.
The second session of the semi-final, certainly against Ding. Have a totally different feel about it. It's tonight where the match is won and lost.
Nineteen.
Can he be comfortable enough
20.
in an uncomfortable situation?
He's passed every test that's been presented to him so far this week so impressively. He was a picture of calm at the beginning of this match, quite brilliant for 3 frames. Totally unfazed by the peculiar circumstances at the back end of the first.
27.
But this is crunch time now. These are certainly missable under pressure, even allowing for the receptive nature of these corner pockets here in Nanjing. He knew it was high. He knew he'd overcut it.
27.
That was never going to drop. So it was a chance. It was a good chance for Zhu Se, but that tricky red has eluded him, and relief for Ding, because had it dropped, he would have been second favourite in this frame, despite the 63 break.
One.
You know, we were aware of the significance of that red. And more importantly, so is Zhu Se. And again, Ding would have loved to win the frame in one visit. But the fact that he didn't, his opponents had a chance, if anything is better. He's more uncomfortable in his chair now, knowing he had the chance, and he felt if he did pot that tricky red, he may well have won the frame.
Nine.
Situation now 5-all. It's as much a battle of wills rather than skills.
how things have changed. At 3-0 behind, having barely seen a ball of significance,
16.
you wondered if things could completely unravel for Ding in this semi-final, but
19.
now he's looking the more likely. 3 frames in a row.
$23. $28. $34.
Ding makes 34 to the pink, having initially made 63, run out of position. Junhui had the chance to steal, missed the tricky red, and now it's 5 each. The momentum of this semi-final here in Nanjing has changed, possibly decisively. Ding Junhui has now won 3 frames in a row, both on the resumption tonight. And Junhui not showing quite the same composure as he did at the beginning of this match, when he was brilliant for 3 frames, led 5-2. And had a clear chance to steal just now, but missed a thin cut along the top rail, and Ding gratefully accepted the reprieve, having run out of position himself on 63. So Ding now, parity restored, will look to kick on.
Had a little bit of a reprieve there. Bad break off to leave that standard red, which is missed, and given him this chance.
1.
Earlier on in the week, Ding was actually breaking off from the left-hand side, and certainly his first few frames against Kyron kept leaving the same red. Mid-match changed to breaking off from the green side, which he's continued. Standard's so high
8.
these days, you feel just can't afford to run the risk of leave that red out. But as it
9.
is, Ding's back in business.
Well, letting the spectator know in no uncertain terms there that they should keep quiet when he's on the shot. Peggy Lee has had quite a job keeping the crowd in check today. Quite a lot of distractions at times. Of course,
16.
the fans are always excited to watch this man in particular. He's such a hero in China, and he's worn that mantle very impressively down the years. The extra pressure that comes with the weight of expectation, quite apart from how difficult this game is in any case. But he's dealt with it very well. Had some problems earlier in his career. We remember the Masters when he was getting barracked from members of the crowd, lost heavily to O'Sullivan, who
24.
consoled him, but those days are long gone. And what a chance he's giving himself now to end this drought in terms of being in the winner's enclosure in a big event.
25. Brown ball.
Nominating the brown. Looking to get into the pack. Not to be.
It was noticeable there with Ding. Needed full power. The last couple of years, when he's needed full power,
29.
his cue action isn't as good. There isn't the same pause at the back like there should be, or certainly like he used to do. It's only a small percentage of shots.
Ding Junhui, 29.
Definitely a little bit of a weakness.
And for Zhu, he's really got to now re-establish himself in this final. He's lost 3 in a row. got to remind Ding that he's still a force to be reckoned with here. But it's been quite a edgy resumption for him. Quite a few mistakes. Didn't play that well.
Yeah, warm applause for a good safety shot there. Might be forced to playing off the pack here. He played the loose red, he could push onto the other red. Let's get a good white. Hand on table here, expecting to play a better safety. Yeah, took full advantage of that. Only good length, but deliberately leaving shooting that side of the table. It's a harder escape from that side. Short pace again with the white. Ding having a look at that red to right corner. It's difficult. Made far more difficult with the fact no guarantee of getting on a colour. That's why he's looking at the red to left corner now. But I think safety shot is probably the best percentage shot. Just that very well. And again, because he got the perfect contact on the red, I think it goes hand in hand with getting great distance on the cue ball.
Terrific pot. That's one way to get yourself out of trouble. Great cueing from Xu Se. Now, what can he do with this chance that he's just created for himself with this terrific pot? It was a testing safety that Ding played, and he had the answers this time.
Three. Four.
Showed what he was capable of at the Xi'an Grand Prix, a brand new ranking event in China this season, of course. When he made the quarterfinals, he beat Stuart Bingham and Mark Williams back-to-back in deciding frames. And of course he's been at it again in that regard this week. So he's shown that he can handle pressure at the moment of truth in matches. feels like a very big frame though, having started the evening session indifferently. Ding threatening to take control.
8. Nine. $14.
A little bit short of pace. Not sure can he avoid the contact on the red beside it.
$15.
Was able to manage to swing it around. But I've loved a little glance on the blue there. Reds haven't been ideally placed. He's working hard. Just 15 break as it stands. Looking at playing the blue. Using the reds and pink as a stopper, which will also bring them into play.
$20.
Yeah, looking around the table, desperate to try and find a red he can play to continue. If he was left in this position, there's every chance he does play a safety and accept it. But it can easily get drawn into feeling when you've had a chance, you have to try and continue on. But the right shot to play is to play the good safety. Particularly the way the evenings went for him. Doesn't want to be giving Ding another easy opportunity. But can he play this red as a shot to nothing?
She's 20.
Well, he did try and play that red as a shot to nothing and could have left it right over the hole, I suppose. As it is, Ding eyeing this other red. So, this is a chance for Siu to get back in. Thinnish cut, but it definitely pots. And he's a bit too thin. Would you believe it? Goodness me, what an error.
I don't know why he played it so soft. Tried to be too clever. Just pot the red. Chances are in and out of bulk, he'd been on a colour. A worst case scenario, you could have always played a snooker, but had to pot it. was a little bit hesitant in playing it. Got up off it. He had a decision to make, and I think he made the wrong decision. May pay the price.
Six.
Just magnifies the importance of that final frame of the first session today. Ding made a couple of errors. He missed a black, quite an easy one when he was on a break of 40 odd. Has he undercut that one? He has. So this frame far from over. Then he miscued, but ultimately he won it pretty comfortably. Big difference between 6-2 and 5-3, but he's not happy with that one. Another chance for Zhu, and he's really going to take one of these now. Just re-announce himself in this semi-final. He's kind of gone AWOL for the time being.
One.
And when things aren't going your way, they really don't.
Yeah, a bit unlucky there. Again, it's important now just to regroup. No benefit to him putting the colour safe. Maybe in practice he might run the yellow in and come back down the table, but this isn't practice. Yeah, brilliant pot. But it was difficult even in practice. But as I said, this isn't practice. To stand up and pot that so well. You need confidence to play that shot, but also a shot when you play it successfully gives you a lot of confidence.
It was brilliant in the circumstances after an indifferent start to the evening session. To have the guts to play that, knowing that if he missed, he was leaving Ding the chance for 6-5. Brilliant stuff from Zhu. But just as important, of course, is that he now converts and breaks this 3-frame winning streak of his opponent. Oh, didn't want the cannon, and he's missed the blue. Would you believe it? After such a brilliant long-range yellow.
4.
Yeah, and playing that red did leave himself short or wrong side of the blue, but you still fully expected he'd be able to pot that and avoid a colour.
保持安静了，谢谢。
But this importance of the frame just increasing. This is the excitement.
Three. Four.
Yeah, one or two members of the audience wondered if that was staying above ground. It's been an eventful frame, this one. But a huge frame. A very hurtful one for Zhu to lose if he does do so.
Yeah, it's the frames you lose when you've had chances. They're the ones that hurt the most.
10.
Just a little bit of work here to do. Just needs to stun this out.
11.
Yeah, Ding can't get right behind that red on the side cushion. He's just having a look to see where he wants the white. Also in a position where he won't need the rest. That red's going to be frame ball. Wants to make it as simple as possible. Thinner than he would like. But as a result of playing so thin, it will be pocket weight. Give it every chance.
Quick check of the scoreboard, doing the maths. This
5-3.
means that Junhui will need a snooker. But it's not a gimme by any means. But he's got it. He's got it.
19.
And this is going to sting for Junhui. He potted that brilliant retrieving yellow from distance, only to then miss the blue,
Junhui.
which was a whole lot easier. And now, needing a snooker, finds himself in one, staring down the barrel of a fourth consecutive frame to go against him.
4.
And insult to injury, hits the pink, having missed the yellow. Ding Junhui has made a move in this final, and he's looking much the more likely, it must be said at the moment, to go on to complete victory, as Junhui is struggling and now trails 6 frames to 5. So the final frame before the final interval of this International Championship semi-final. Needless to say, this man needs it urgently. Having been comfortably the better player in the first session, he led 5-2. Ding was able to take the final frame to reduce the arrears, limit the damage to 2, and this evening he's won 3 in a row, 4 in a row in total. Junhui has had chances, potted that brilliant yellow, one of the shots of the tournament in the circumstances in the previous frame, only to then miss a much easier blue, and Ding was able to punish, and he's got another chance early in this one. If Xu can win this frame, get himself level, having been in front throughout this semi-final, then he's got 15 minutes just to regroup. It's basically a brand new match in those circumstances when they come back. It's a best of 5 frame match for a place in the final. That's what he's got to be thinking. 7-5 behind, having been 5-2 in front. Very hard to see him winning from there.
But it's the first frame this evening. He's got him first, has the first opportunity. There's a couple of reds
6.
above the black are certainly helping. If you can leave an angle on the black, you can play it, cannon into the pack. You're guaranteed to be on one or both of them.
7.
But he's lower than he would have liked. Just play like a soft, delicate cannon. But you can see him a little bit disappointed to take an extra second or two. This is missable. Just about went in. But playing it so soft gave it every chance. Just kind of slid in
14.
off the far jaw. I'm not sure if the table got recovered before the semi-finals. That shot there he played tells me it did. Just slid in.
Yeah, it was recovered.
15.
That tends to mean that the balls do drop in a little more easily, and they have been for most of this tournament, if truth be told. We've had 92 centuries at the venue this year, although we had 112 in this tournament last year at the venue when it was played in Tianjin.
22.
They were definitely on the generous side last year.
23.
Just shaking out his hand there. That awkward bridge. Nearly got a little bit of cramp in it. He wouldn't have accepted at the start, but he'd be delighted to go into the interval now at 6-all. Regroup.
28.
Just looked a little bit uncomfortable in this situation. Does he see himself as capable of beating Ding on such a big occasion?
$29.
Whatever happens for the remainder of this session, he's going to be enjoying a new career high ranking. Came into this tournament at 49 in the world. Provisionally, he's up to 42. If he wins this match, he'll be up to 33. If he wins the tournament, he'll be up to 23. All big ifs at the moment.
$35.
Only natural during the interval. If he was thinking even 5-3 in the semi-final to get to a final, again at the start of the week, you probably wouldn't have expected to be playing Chris Wakelin in a final. So very easy to get ahead of yourself, get very excited. Not that he wouldn't have his work cut out big time against Chris Wakelin, but just the kind of perception he might have.
40.
But here and now he's just lost the cue ball a little piece.
Goodness me, he's missed that
She's
by
40.
the proverbial country mile.
Yeah, obviously the poor shot was on the blue, but that's not a good sign, missing it by so far.
That's a big shot for Ding. Big roar as well from his army of fans. What a frame. This would be now to win possibly the decisive one.
Yeah, half ball cannon on the outside red. With a bit of running side to bring it up.
Well, in playing that shot, he's pushed a red safe, which is in Xu Se's interest clearly after that glaring error just now. I mean, it wasn't an easy pot, but it was the margin by which he missed it that really surprised.
Yeah, Ding obviously be well aware of that. That would have given a little bit more encouragement. He just got down there, his knees literally to see. Just willing to have this angle on the red, past the pink. He's obviously accepted it's not on it. Now he's looking at this plant. It's not easy to make. Plus he knows if he misses it, there's a chance he could give the game away. He'd love to be on that red below the pink. Just looking to play in that one red. Where is he to hit the first red to make perfect contact with the second red to pot it and work back towards the white then.
Yeah, that had to go, really.
Ding Junhui,
You can
8.
see Ding's annoyance because he knows what a crushing blow he would inflict if he won this frame as well from 40 behind. But the plant stays out to the relief of Zhu Se, who surely now has got to win this frame at this visit.
观众先坐下。
33 in front.
Ding was well aware of, with his experience, the dynamics of the match. The fact he's missed, it's kind of changed it again.
8. Nine.
Yes, bar a moment of levity midway through the first session when he thought it was his turn to break and it wasn't, and he smiled. He's not looked entirely at home all day, really, Ding. The odd circumstances of that first frame when he played on needing 7 snookers on the final red.
16.
Only got one of them and never threatened to get any of the others. He's missed again. And what a change for Zhu Se this evening from what we saw at the beginning of this semi-final when he looked like a veteran of these big matches.
Yeah, we just nearly got ahead of ourselves. Just took it for granted. It was such an opportunity. He would make it 6-all. So again, that opportunity to affect the dynamics of the match and land a telling blow. Apply again here for Ding.
Well, this will be some clearance given the position of some of the reds, but it's a chance that he really shouldn't have had to get back into the frame at least.
8. Nine.
Yeah, Ding knows I'm putting this pink. It's going to go behind the red. Close enough that the red won't be potable.
Terrific effort. Terrific effort to promote both reds. One of them remained stubbornly close to the cushion, to the relief of Zhu.
Fifteen.
It was low enough on the black. Had to give that his
23.
full attention, make that his priority. Couldn't try and be too clever with the exact cannon.
Junhui, 23.
No joy, but Ding is back in the frame. 25 behind, 51 left.
After all the missed opportunities, we're now left with mini game. You can put the next red.
Well, he got close, but too close now for his liking because the red has stayed over the pocket. Looks like Ding has to impart a little bit of swerve. He does. Hit it too thick, hang on. Oh, it's all happening. It's all happening in this frame, and it is a gigantic one. Xu Sir, as usual, poker-faced, but losing this frame could be terminal to his hopes of making the final.
Three.
Not on the red block, so opportunity to play the first, telling safety, get control of this frame.
Junhui, 3.
And in the process release that awkward red, so everything's out in the open now. This frame, even though Xu Sir is 22 in front, anyone's from here.
Yeah, he's in trouble here. Obviously you can see the left hand side of the red, but to try and clip that, avoid ball colours and the other red and get back down this end of the table, it's going to be difficult. Yeah. Looking at getting low on the white, power the red into the blue and screw back. But it's a good distance away. And you'd like that white ball a little bit further away from the cushion so you get even lower on the white. Trying to leave the white on the ball cushion. It's not ideal. That red, close to the brown and green, available. As a result, he's elected to play the other one. Try and swerve. Just put it safe. Yeah, good applause there. He was in trouble. Managed just to get out of trouble. Might be in trouble again, but Ding won't pot. That's the main thing.
In some ways, Ding has already achieved what he would have hoped for in this mini session by winning 3 of the 4 frames, but if he were to win all 4, given that he was 5-2 behind, it would be hard to see Xu recovering from that. Not impossible, but psychologically very difficult. But he's played a good shot there, and he's also pushed the blue to the side cushion. And here is a chance to finally put this vital frame for him to bed.
One.
23 the lead, 35 left, so he's going to need that final red.
Yellow's probably the shot to play. I said the yellow because he was playing at a pocket weight, gave it every chance. But if you don't pot it, you're going to probably leave in the jaws and get a little bit of cover with that red.
Yeah, that little cannon hasn't done him any harm.
Three.
This red and any colour to tie it up at 6-all. It's been a struggle, to put it mildly, this frame. Xu has struggled generally this evening. He's had chances in all 4 frames, but hasn't really convinced with any of his snooker. But having now stopped the rot of 4 in a row for Ding, he can look to regroup at the final interval.
6.
This match is now a best of 5 frame affair for a place in the International Championship final.
Yeah, he'd be very relieved. Crisis averted. And again, at the start of the day, we'd offered him to be 6-all and take it to that best of 5. You'd have bitten your hand off. So he's got to focus on the positives. It's beautifully poised for after the interval.
15. She's 15.
No playing on from Ding this time. Too much to do. And it's game on again here in Nanjing. It's been a good session for Ding. He's looked the better player. Xu was certainly the better player in the first session, but he'll be mightily relieved to have won that 12th frame. To restore parity, all to play for. 6 frames all.
Ding Junhui to break.
Here we go then, the final act of the second semi-final of the International Championship. 6-all, the first to 9 to go through. If experience of the sharp end of a big event like this is the key, then obviously Ding will come through. It's only Xu Ce's second ranking semi-final appearance, 7 years after his first at the Indian Open, where he lost to John Higgins, but that was a best of 7. Nice opening red. In contrast, Ding playing his 37th ranking semi-final and looking for his 24th final appearance and hoping for his 15th title 5 years after his 14th. But it's Xu with the first chance after the break, Fergal.
Yeah. Poor break off again from Ding. A couple of frames ago, he left that same red. Got away with it. But Xu Ce played that beautifully. Now he's given himself an opportunity.
Four.
Yeah, a little grimace there. Didn't want to be straight. Shouldn't have been straight.
Peggy Lee, our referee, just asking for a few extra moments, checking if the pink can spot. Looks like it can't, so it's going behind the pack. The usual rules apply. Direct line, not touching one of those cluster of reds.
Further away from this red than he would like, but if he can pot it and get a nice position on the blue, the pink being at the bottom of the pack certainly doesn't do him any harm. It's a little bit wide, but
11.
squeezed in, but because it didn't go in cleanly into the pocket, not the position he would want on the blue. Maybe he can get across. Missed the pack for the red, close to the black. Yeah, it was just straight enough on the blue that he was able to do that. Same challenge again now. Pot the red.
16.
Try and get a nice angle on the blue to split them. Expect him to miss the pot trying to do that.
16.
Never really in good position in that visit.
Ding electing to play a thin clip off the pack. He didn't play it well, fortunate to catch the jaw. Put his hand on the table, I thought he might have played a bit aggressive. Thicker safety off the pack, try and open them up. Take the initiative, quite a conservative shot. And as I said, he didn't even play that well.
Again, well short of intended length on the cue ball.
Chance here for Zhu to take the initiative, play a good safety.
Oh dear, got that all wrong. But is there any damage? It would appear not, if Ding's expression's anything to go by.
Obviously played it badly, but even his choice of shot was a bit surprising. Just playing a thin clip.
Well, it would appear this red does go. He can get to the potting angle. At least he thought he could.
Yeah, no, he couldn't. Not playing it at that pace. If he played it slowly with a little bit of left-hand side, he could just turn it over and turn it around the red. But at that pace, the side wouldn't have time to impact.
A long way off in the event, wasn't he? Caught it way too thick.
But certainly the last couple of frames, you get a sense of Ding. Not quite anxious, but certainly aggressive shot selection. Hard to get the balance right between being positive and aggressive, and not also being reckless.
Got away with it though. Didn't leave anything, which he might have done.
Should have the white closer to the cushion than this. Ding might punish him.
Although Ding clearly has vastly greater experience of these big occasions, there's plenty of pressure on his shoulders. He would have come into this match, of course, expected to win because of that, if nothing else. And he's had his struggles in this match. At times he's been outplayed. It's a huge opportunity for him to end that long wait for another ranking title. Nice red again.
One.
Ding's safety again. Catching a ball colour with the yellow. So nicely played. Zhu's cue ball control this evening hasn't been as good as the rest of the week. Particularly under pressure, that just makes it a little bit harder. Have to take time out to think rather than moving from shot to shot. We've seen all week how calm and measured he is. But tonight is going to be a serious test of that temperament.
Six.
Next hour or so, we're going to find out a lot about him. More importantly, he's going to find out a lot about himself.
Thirteen.
See that little bit of disappointment. He didn't get an angle on the blue. We should have made sure he did. I think if he overran it, the ball colours would have been in play. Just imperative to have that angle. See, obviously, pink and black out of commission for the moment. Debating whether to just roll the blue in and leave a red from mid-range, or gamble on a slightly more difficult pot, but to get closer to the reds.
Nineteen. Twenty.
It's obviously pretty tight, this.
Yeah, he's just looking to place a little bit of tracer right. Can he, similar to Ding's shot that he played, but only played it too hard. And if he can't, he's very fortunate to land in this one spot where just drop it in dead weight. Yeah, that little bit of right hand side just turned it over.
No position to go with it, though.
26.
So, a very handy lead, but still plenty there. And again, not the best safety by any means, catching the brown full ball.
Yeah, from that end of the table, it's criminal to catch a ball colour.
So Ding looking for one good pot here to give himself the chance to get right back in this 13th frame.
Foul.
Missed it by a long way, and that's why he lost control of the cue ball that's flown into the pocket. So Ding still some way below par. Certainly looked the better of the two before the interval, winning 3 of the 4 frames, but still not entirely convincing, and encouraging Xu Sir to believe that if he can raise his game a bit, this match is still well within his compass.
Yeah, just making sure the white's in the D. Every player probably a little bit more cautious after what Hussein. Yeah, he was on the move. Felt it was on the thick side of the pocket. The last long red Ding went for wasn't a good piece of cueing at all.
That was much more like it, though. That was emphatic from Ding. Straight on the brown. "37 years of age now, Ding. He was just 18 years of age when he won the first of those 14 ranking titles as a wild card, beating the great Hendry to announce himself as a special new talent. And he has been instrumental in the growth of the game in China, and we're seeing the fruits of that in the last couple of seasons in particular. The number of tremendous talents from China emerging, including, as you see,
6.
He Guizhang, Long Zhuang, and of course we've seen some of the older players, Zhang Anda last season, who won this title, of course, Xiao Guodong this, inspired by the success that the Chinese are having at the moment in the sport. Fan Zhengyi stunning Ronnie O'Sullivan a couple of seasons back to win a ranking title.
11.
So much of it is down to what this man has achieved and the way he's carried himself. And of course he's still China's #1. Again, though, as was the case in the 12th frame before the interval, a lot of work to be done to turn this into something that could be frame winning. It's another good pot. It was missable.
$27. $28.
As the angle now just to roll it in and go over towards those two reds on the right.
$35.
Looking to go two reds. Blacks, 4 tackles, probably the red and the right cushion ideally.
36.
Would have liked to have been high on the black to stun down for the red and the black cushion. That's why he's gone across to have a look at that red. See how far exactly it is off the cushion. Can he get as close as possible to it and beyond the cushion?
Bit unlucky.
Felt it was worth the gamble to try and get enough cannon, take it out.
As usual, she's expressionless. He gives nothing away.
Junhui.
But Ding is right back in the frame with that visit. Just 3 points between them. 43 left on the table. He knocked in a great red to get back into this frame from distance. And there's another one. So it's all about the last red now.
A red nearly identical to the one he played earlier. He's played both of them very well. Did well there, very little angle, a power stun shot to put himself nicely on this red. Again, he can just play this pocket weight, bit of an angle to come away from the cushion.
We saw Junhui miss a similar sort of red into the opposite corner when he had the chance to steal earlier this evening. But Ding has done enough to drop that one in, and what a chance now for a big steal. Junhui built a 40-plus lead, but played a poor safety. And Ding, with a couple of scoring visits, has given himself the chance to move back in front.
14.
Needs yellow. Oh, he's missed the yellow. Incredible. Incredible. The only good news is he's not left it, but that is extraordinary when the frame was at his mercy.
See Ding as he walks away there, maybe practicing his cue action. Not only did he miss it, wasn't a good delivery of the cue. He didn't do that as he's trying to re-establish that method. I mentioned it earlier with Ding. There was just some certain shots. He doesn't pause at the back. Just puts his cue action effectively together. It's not a good thing.
Well, he just appeared to have done all the hard work there, didn't he? Knocked in a great long red to get back in, and then the tricky little red along the rail to then miss glaringly to give Junhui hope of pinching this frame after all. It's fair to say that both of them are feeling it. Understandably. It's a long time since Ding won big. And for Junhui, the chance to break new ground in his career and play for a major title for the first time.
He would like to make contact with the yellow on the left-hand side, try and push towards the side cushion. Brown might be in the way. Settle for that. Yeah, judge the contact on the yellow well, but obviously now he's going to go exactly behind the green, but a little bit of luck could prove crucial in this frame. Could have been worse for Ding.
Potted a brilliant yellow a couple of frames back. only to then miss a straightforward blue. Looks like he's got the snooker. He's also got Ding with awkward cueing. It's not about hitting this yellow, it's about making sure he doesn't leave it. Looks as though he can cue okay. Could have been worse, could have been better. Not a gimme by any means, but it is a chance for Xu. And make no mistake, this would hurt Ding because he had a glorious opportunity just now. Bang behind the yellow with the colours waiting to go 7-6 up himself.
Looking at playing a thin clip into the middle, but looks like the white will go into the brown. And be at pace. Can he hold it for the green? Yeah, that always looked likely. To be honest,
Two.
he brought this on himself a little piece. I think the shot to play was a positive shot, played into the top corner. But the pot was a bit more difficult, but you weren't getting position.
High drama in this 13th frame. Full ball snooker for Xu Sir, and once again it's not about hitting the green, that's easy enough, it's not leaving it with everything else on.
Yeah, you wouldn't say he deserves to be snookered, but the shot he played, he was going to rely on a little bit of luck, which he didn't get. But one good pot on the yellow to left corner would have given him the chance.
And you have to say, he's played that pretty well. Maybe just a touch more pace than he wanted.
Xu coming across to have a look at the potting angle. Ding could have played a better safety. He shouldn't have had a look at any pot. If he pots, he'd be nicely on the brown.
Would need up to the pink for 7-6.
The fact that he missed it and missed it thick. That Ding with a sitter, nothing to do. Naturally going towards the brown. Looks like 7-6 for Ding.
And the emotion will be relief because he missed a very easy yellow. But it looks like it won't matter. He needs brown and blue.
Seven.
The semi-final is becoming extremely tense. No shortage of drama. This frame, no exception, but it's Ding, who trailed 3-0 and 5-2 and led 6-5, who now will lead again at 7-6.
18.
And the former champion of this event is now within 2 frames of a place in the showpiece on Sunday. Ding clears the colours, not without a few alarms along the way, but the favourite back in front. Within 2 of the final, he leads Zhu Se 7-6.
Frame 14, Xu Si to break.
So Ding Junhui back in front. The second time that he's been there this evening. Led 6-5, having trailed 5-2. Now 7-6 up, despite the miss on the yellow at the back end of another eventful frame in this final. Xu Se needs to recapture the form that he started this semi-final with. He was brilliant in the first 3 frames, immaculate in fact. Ding, aside from playing on for snookers, he was never going to get in the first. Wasn't involved, but gradually, without playing his best, he's worked his way back in, and he's now within 2 of the final. Too thick on the long red. It's been a mixed bag from distance from Ding. They feel like finals, don't they, these semi-finals, Ferkel?
Yeah, a lot of pressure involved. And if anything, the mistakes are just adding to the pressure. Ding, not having won a ranking title in 5 years, he'd be well aware this is a good opportunity for him. He's the more experienced player by far from Zhu and also Chris. Again, only natural that he was started entertaining thoughts about winning it and what that would mean. They're not good thoughts while you're playing.
Very good. And as we've said already, he's shown time and again in this tournament, right from the get-go, that he's capable of coming from behind at the sharp end.
The new cloth helped there. You could see as he played it, he knew he was a little bit on the thick side. He was quite anxious.
8.
Staring that black, willing it into the pocket. Hampered queuing here, but we can just pot it and come off the cushion. Should be okay.
And again,
9.
using the full width of the pocket, but positionally it's not great by any means. At least it's dropped though.
And nothing's come easy for him this evening. Just hasn't had the cue ball under control, which hasn't helped him settle even more into this testing occasion.
Yes, he's lost 5 of the last 6 frames. Those are the bare facts.
Xu Si 9.
You feel he has to win this frame as well. Ding goes 8-6 up. You feel you get a chance in one of the potential 3 frames. Well experienced to closing semi-finals out. But as best he can, if you just forget about the score, just break it down. Not even to this frame, this little mini game. Just try and pot the next red. Take it from there.
Well, when he came from 5-3 behind in the quarterfinals against Gary Wilson, he hadn't potted a ball for 2 frames. Wilson made 2 centuries. And then Wilson didn't pot one for the last 3. But of course, the pressure of this occasion is something he'll have never encountered before yes, he's been to one ranking semi-final before, but with all due respect to the Indian Open, not of the gravity of this match. It was a decent contact on the red. He didn't want to catch the blue, obviously. Now it's Ding hoping for cover. Slow walk back to the chair. Cover he's got.
You can see there is a path to come off the cushion first and play that red. Try and pot it. Right over the pocket, obviously. It's a lot closer to the pocket. That planned to be nearly unmissable, but it's not straightforward. That's what he's now doing, just coming across. Let's have a look at the side cushion. Just clip it. Also possible, even if he didn't pot it, might just come away from the jaws. Yeah, a little smile there. Played it well. Was hoping and putting it at that pace, he'd be on the black. We've seen him pot it yellow from this distance earlier on, but I don't think he'll go for it here. Got cover between the ball from the ball colours.
One.
As soon as he struck the white, Ding knew he hadn't hit it the way he wanted. Hit the red far too thin. Considering he caught the jaw, probably fortunate. Didn't leave a potter. A nice pot on. Maybe try and swing this round, get the white behind the ball colours. Fraction short of pace. I think he'll be looking for a thin clip. Try and put the white in a similar position.
Goodness, again, one of those where, having missed it, you wish you'd missed it by more, because the object ball remains right over the hole. An easy starter for Ding, and of course the black is easy as well, over the opposite hole.
One.
Ding looking to go 2 frames in front for the first time. Trail 3-0, remember, and 5-2. Crucially, he was able to win the last of the first session.
Eight. Nine.
He spent a bit of time before he played that. I don't know if he plotted those series of cannons to land here. If he did, it was a brilliant shot.
$15.
Totally goes against his nature to gamble. Let the white fly into other balls. Just loves to be precise, loves that element of control.
$16.
After taking the time to be precise, you can see he's furious. And he needs to regroup. Difficult pink, an important pink.
Well done in the circumstances. You saw his frustration. You heard the groans from his fans when he missed the cannon for the black.
22.
He's never looked entirely at ease out there today, Ding, but gradually he's manoeuvring himself into a position where he can have the last word in this semi-final.
That type of shot on the pink he plays very well. Just a plain ball run through. Keeps the cue very parallel, even coming off the cushion. But Ding showing his experience, taking a bit longer than he normally would.
$23.
He knows it's a great opportunity. Because of that, there's no complacency.
$27.
Still not quite in prime position. Back up to the balk end to keep the break going. Didn't intend leaving the cue ball there either.
31.
Another good piece of cueing from the cushion required. Another nicely struck shot. Working hard for these points here. Having to take time out to think, try and plot. It's desperate to get into prime position.
He'll settle for that. The cue ball has been up and down like a yo-yo in this break. Might be slightly hampered, but no, it looks as though he's okay.
Yeah, that little wave of the hand from Ding will be a sickening blow for Zhu there in the chair.
This is the result of Zhu taking on the red to the right corner and getting close, but so close that he left it right over the pocket. It's been a bit of a grind this break for Ding, but gradually now getting himself in a position where he can
44.
entertain thoughts of clinching an 8-6 advantage.
$45.
Two more reds will do it.
52. $53.
And okay, maybe there was a bit of fortune about the way he landed on that red just now, going in and out of balk again, but you have to say he's taken these well. He's had to work exceptionally hard in this break, and for Zhu, the realisation that he's going to have to win the last three, which he's capable of doing. He's done it again and again in this tournament, but can he do it in this big semi-final against the home superstar? If he does, he'll well and truly have earned it. But Ding now
66.
the firm favourite. Unlikely that that's going to matter. There's only 43 left, and Zhu concedes. So Ding has put together a painstaking break there, but no little skill involved. He was able to keep it going through to the winning line, and he's now one away at 8 frames to 6. Ding Junhui preparing to break off in the frame. He hopes will carry him to the International Championship final. The former champion. 2 up with 3 to play on Zhu, who was much the better player in the first session. Won it 5-3. Could have won it more handsomely, and perhaps ultimately that may prove crucial. He's been second best this evening, and Ding has now won 6 of the last 7 frames. And it was a really good break, actually, that he made in the previous frame. Not easy. Struggled to get prime position. It took until the last few pots of the break to make that happen, but he kept it going. That was the key. And that's why he's now on the cusp of the final.
For the first time this evening, Zhu now in a position of nothing to lose. That might just free him up and relax him slightly.
Terrific pot, not a great cue ball. Pressure on this. Well played.
Eight.
In 3 of his victories in this tournament, he's come from behind to win a decider. So he's capable. He's annoyed to have left the cue ball where it is. Just about had the legs to get to the pocket. So that's a series of good pots at the start of this visit.
$15. 16.
Control that nicely. He's low enough on the black. The angle to get into the pack. Just wants to open them up, but ideally just wants to make sure he's on one red to keep this break going. Obviously felt the pack was better to split from the blue.
$24.
Ideally, just a roll of a ball more would have been better angle. Just came down, just have a little look. Make sure when he goes into them, he's not promoting a plant to either corner.
Couldn't have hit those any better. He deserves to be on one. Terrific shot. Hit the apex of that top red.
29.
Always the danger in playing that shot. You can block the path for the black. Black's blocked at both pockets. Well, that's a surprise. Plenty of room for the red to go, as we've seen.
29.
Just had to roll it in for the blue. Again, that's just a sign of pressure.
It was a promising break to that point. He'd negotiated a few awkward hurdles, but now he's given the chance that he created to his opponent.
1.
Not the best from Ding. The cannon means that he's a lot further away from his red than he would have wanted to be. Yeah, he has potted some good ones from distance today, but he's missed a few as well.
Junhui 6.
That was not a convincing stroke. It looked a little hurried.
Yeah, and again, as he went back to his chair, you could see him gesturing with his right arm. Knew there wasn't a slow, smooth delivery of the cue.
Very good pot, but the cue ball has just run on.
That type of shot from distance, he puts a very high percentage of Ding. Just relying on
Junhui 1.
playing cue ball, cueing. Yeah, Ding looking to the heavens there. Just hoping that red to go right over the corner pocket. Could play a plant on it. It's a choice. Two reds into the middle. None of them particularly easy. Pressure on it. He knows we can pot this. Actually, look to play a shot to nothing, plant cut back. Well spotted and well played.
1.
He wasn't sure, I don't think. That's normally an indicator when a player stays down on the shot right until the moment the ball disappears, which it has, and that could spell trouble for Xu Se.
Four.
The Reds are very invitingly situated.
Five.
The red closest to the left corner. I'd love to get on that as soon as possible and free the black into that same pocket. Even though the balls, the other 5 colours in the ball end and spread out, still we're going to require a bit of judgment to keep going up and down towards them.
He was able to do that to good effect in the previous frame.
9.
Had to work extremely hard for the frame-winning break he was able to manufacture for this 8-6 lead.
Yellow ball.
Play that nicely in a position now where he can control the cue ball a bit better, even though he is going up to the balk again. Still 10 points behind, so a lot of work still to do.
Having to work off the lower value colours, so it's a bit of a journey, this break, if it's to take him to a place in the final. Coming into this evening session, he was outscored by a couple of 100 points by his opponent, but
15.
there's no question he's been the better of the two this evening. He's now in front in that regard. Most importantly, in front by 2 frames, with the chance to close it out.
Sixteen.
Another shake of the head from Ding. Doesn't really want to have to take a yellow here.
Yeah, I was hoping to be on the pink. Get back down the table and get the pink that end. Has the option here of playing this red. It's the left corner I was talking about. Not an absolute certainty of a pot. But if he just pots it and be on a ball colour, then it becomes the frame and match winning chance he wants.
$19.
If he can get the pink on its spot, it's certainly to his advantage.
Pink ball. $25. $26.
It's been a sterling effort for just 26 points to give himself a 4-point advantage now.
2933.
Again, just checking the score. Can he get himself on a red here?
It just needs to be high on the black just to naturally stun down for that last crucial red.
$34.
Shown great concentration during this break. He's earned this opportunity, and you feel if he pots this red, he'll win the match.
41.
Given the stage of the match, two of the best frames that Ding has put together, the previous one and this. And he struck that sweetly enough to put him 20 in front. This black, and the best Xu Ce can do is tie it. He's had a great tournament. He's had some great victories. He's had his second maximum break. And for the first half of this final, he looked the more likely. It's not quite done yet, though. Ding needs this yellow to leave his opponent requiring a snooker to tie the match. He missed a much easier yellow than that earlier this evening.
51.
He makes no mistake with the rest, though. And it's a terrific comeback from Ding Junhui. He looked out of sorts at the start of this match.
54.
The inexplicable decision to play on for 7 snookers in the very first frame. But he's worked his way back in very impressively. Crucially, he took the last of the first session. And he's put together 2 really excellent breaks to finish the deal. All smiles at the end. Xu Ce's had a great week. It's ended in disappointment in the semi-finals, but for Ding Junhui, 1 victory away from his first ranking title in 5 years. A terrific comeback from 5-2 behind. He showed his class and his experience when it really counted. He's through by 9 frames to 6. And that's what it means. Ding Junhui will play Chris Wakelin for the International Championship title.